Welcome. Here is a little bit of talk about bullying, narcissists, and psychopaths. What's the difference between them? What are they? What are they? What motivates them? And what kind of negative effects can you get by being around people like these? Also, energy vampires, another term. Those are all kind of the same thing, right? And some later on, I'll have some tips about what you can do to kind of cope with being around these types of very, very draining people, energy draining, energy vampire type people. So, first off, what is a narcissist? So, the thing is, if you have a bullying type of person, or a narcissist, or a psychopath, or an energy vampire, basically you can kind of all throw them all into the same pot, into the same bag. They're kind of all the same. Yes, there's subtle differences. There's types of narcissist, you know, and a psychopath is born with part of, I think it's the amygdala or some part of the brain. They can't feel empathy or remorse. It's not there, 100% not there. So they're born that way. That's a key element of a psychopath. I think there's other elements too, but they're born that way, right? Whereas a narcissist, they can be created from life circumstances. Some people say, I mean, there's a ton of debate right now about what is a narcissist. And I think in America, there's a technical term for a narcissist, narcissistic personality disorder. Some countries don't recognize it yet, but I think it's in the DSM-3 and DSM-5 or whatever, it's in there. I could be wrong about the exact details. I don't know. But it's a small amount of the population, about around 1%. But these people are, from what I've been studying, they're basically the same as antisocial personality disorder, which is another term for psychopath, which these people are also diagnosed. I think I don't know what the percentage is. It's probably something like 1% or less. But diagnosable brain condition or personality condition. So a narcissist, a true narcissist that's diagnosed as a narcissist, they're not people. They're closer to like a reptile, not people. They're just not people. And I'm not the one that came up with this perspective. Some of the best people in the field, the best writers about the highest level writers about these guys, that's what they say. They're not people. And this one guy, he's actually diagnosed twice. Been diagnosed that he is a narcissist, a full narcissist. That's what he says too. They're not people. They don't have a identity as a person. And behind everything, it's just a black hole, a black void that will just suck everything in and destroy everything around them. And that's how he describes narcissists. One of the ways he describes a true narcissist. Now, when we're talking about bullying or narcissistic people or people that have narcissistic traits, they're close to a real narcissist. The difference is just severity, right? So if if there's a real hardcore, like true narcissist in your life, close to you, you will probably suffer deeply, and they will basically could destroy your life. Probably will. They'll make it worse, or you'll become more like them, and in turn, you'll make your life worse. Yeah. But if it's someone that's like has narcissistic tendencies, The same, it'll be the same. It'll destroy your life, but less, right? Same with the psychopath. Like if you're if you have one in your life, they can hurt really injure your life big time. But in this day and age, people that are starting to mimic narcissists it's becoming popular, and it's growing. Like it's probably 1 in 6 people are acting like narcissists. They're starting to develop all the traits of a narcissist, like a deeply messed up, like totally, the true narcissist. So a lot of people are developing these traits, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Some people say it's like evolution, the way that the human species is evolving. It's like almost like de-evolving in my point of view. It's like going back to the reptiles. But most of the people that are in your life that are very, very hard to work with, that are energy vampires, that when you're around them, you just feel just drained, and that's on good days. Other days they like destroy your week or your life. Those people are usually they're just people they have developed the patterns, the mental patterns and the traits of real narcissists or real psychopaths. So they're not the real version. Usually like 9 out of 10 times they're not the real one. And how can you tell the difference? I don't know. I'm just learning I kind of have been studying this for several years, but I haven't been studying it continually for several years like I have with other things. Yeah. So I don't think you can tell the difference really. Although I've heard there is lots of studies on if you're around a real narcissist, your nervous system will react negatively within 30 seconds. And if you're tuned into your own nervous system, you'll feel cold and like darkness within the first 30 seconds of being around them. Same, I think it's similar with the psychopath too. You'll feel them. You'll feel like there's an alien, a real live alien creature from another planet in the room. Like you'll feel that kind of like alert, something's not right. You'll feel that. Some people that are really disconnected, they won't feel anything. Depends on the person, right? With your nervous system saying, this is not a human, this is something else. Anyway, when it all comes down to it, there's like subtler versions of the really extreme. It's all on a sliding scale, right? It's on a spectrum. But basically, if you have someone that in your life that is extremely manipulative, and it's like they need adoration and applause, and they think they are amazing or majestic. Got my neighbors coming home. And also, they enjoy hurting people. You can see it. You can see it on their face when they hurt people. They smile and they're happy, and they'll even say, "Oh, I'm really happy." Have you ever experienced that? I've experienced that several times with several people. When they see that they've ruined someone's day, they'll start smiling and they'll just be like, that's a narcissist. And you don't have to be a full-fledged diagnosable narcissist or psychopath to have the same reactions and the same responses and the same needs and the same cravings. So another thing that's really interesting about a narcissist is they are akin to a hardcore drug addict. Basically the same. All the same markers are there. And what's their drug of choice? Attention, like extreme attention. They want adoration. Oh, you're fucking amazing. Wow, you're so good at that. That's their drug. Everyone is like has a little bit of narcissistic tendencies in them, like extreme mild, like people like, everyone likes that, right? Yes. But the difference is if they don't get it, they'll scream at you, right? They have to have it. They're absolute 100% drug addicts. And so they need adoration or just tons of attention or negative attention or great effects. Like if they can see that they've hurt you, they'll feel really, really fueled by that. That's the same drug. Good or bad effects, extreme effects, is the same. It's the same drug. They need it. Anyway, interesting, right? Think about it this way. A vampire. When people, from what I've heard, people started writing about vampires in fantasy. I think I don't know when the first one, I can't remember. I know I looked it up the other day. It wasn't Bram Stoker's Dracula. That was the first written account of Dracula, but not the first vampire. The first vampire was, I think, in the 1400s, written in literature. I could be wrong though. I'm not sure. I gotta have to Google it. But the character, the fantasy character of a vampire, is in reality taken from what? A narcissist or a psychopath or someone that's close to a narcissist, which is the same shit. There isn't the difference between someone that's has strong narcissistic tendencies and hurts people, all the people around them, manipulates them, uses them, controls, addicted to control. The difference between that and a true narcissist, there's not much difference. The difference is that inside the mind and the being of a true narcissist, there's no one there. It's just a black hole, and they have no real true identity. It's like that person is not there. That's one of the main differences. And the severity there would be more extreme. But one of the reasons why people are becoming more like this is because we emulate it in our culture. We put it on a pedestal, like all of the characters in a lot of the Hollywood movies they're playing kind of like narcissists, right? A classic example would be James Bond, 100% narcissist. They're usually, these people are very charismatic, just cool, charismatic. And you're like, this guy's kind of cool. Yeah. But they are also cold, calculating behind, very cold and calculating, and they'll do anything for likes. And they generally hurt every single person around them to varying degrees, some a little bit and some greatly. A soft spot for abuse. Yeah, so some people are more, they have like a soft spot for either attracting narcissists or being, it's like a weakness, a particular weakness for them. And what's going on there is, well, there's many things that could be going on, but narcissists, they look for your weaknesses, and they look for them. They scan you like a robot. They scan you, and they for traumas and weaknesses. Like, oh, that guy's traumatized. I can use that against them. I can control them more and manipulate them just how I want because I can see a strong trauma in there, and I can use it against them. And that they all do. They scan you. So some people have a soft opening for that, right? If you're traumatized, you'll likely have more narcissists in your life, which kind of sucks for the people that do have true trauma, like deep, strong trauma. Everyone has trauma, But some people have trauma that it kind of like clearly, it's like they're half broken, you know. It's strong. It's like a large amount of trauma. And anyway, so narcissists like that, they can use it. There's another thing with having a soft spot. Some people are just not really aggressive types of people, right? Some people, on a scale of how aggressive they are, it's very, very low on the scale. How assertive they are, how much they'll be like, no, don't do that, do it this way. How assertive. Anyway, so more timid people tend to be more victims of narcissists, because they use your kindness against you. Okay, so bullies and narcissists, they know exactly how to break you, how to break your system and destroy you, get into your mind, get into your nervous system, and just wreak havoc and break you down. They know exactly how to do it, and they enjoy doing it, and they do it to who they pick. They're like, I think I'll break that person. It'll be fun. It'll feel good. I'm going to break that person in this way. They don't always, decide like everything that they don't, decide it out in their mind like that. Some versions do. But anyway, they're like, I'm going to break this person. It'll be fun. It's not always premeditated like that. I think psychopaths it is. But I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. But they know what they're doing. And what they're doing is it's almost like they're scaring you. Like they scare you over and over, like a repeated abuse. And then it fries your nervous system and you break down. Some people will get physically ill. They'll get depression, anxiety. Won't sleep at night. Their face will even change, like they've been beaten up. And they know exactly how to break people, and they do it. They do it for fun. They do it to get what they want. And what they want is what they call a narcissist supply. So, like I said, the drug addict, they want adoration, they want applause, they want you to like suck up to them and give them attention, tons of attention, good or bad, whatever. And they'll get it by being really abusive all the time. And people will like, watch out for that guy. And they're like, can I help you? Like people they act that way around the people because they're just so abusive that they're just like, wow. We've all known people like that, right? Anyway, I'm just saying, they know how to break people. They do it for fun. They do it on purpose to get what they fucking want. Ooh, F-bombs. Yeah. So what can you do about it? Is there anything you can do about these energy vampires? I mean, yeah, there's lots of things you can do. There's lots of things you can do. If you're really getting hurt by one of these people, it can feel like, I've been in situations like this so many times. Like I have a soft spot for, I definitely have a ton of childhood trauma that gives me soft spot around this. Also, yes, there's another thing too. Just how much you stand up for yourself. Some people they never really developed that skill, and it is a skill. Usually you learn it from healthy parenting in your childhood or having healthy role models. We didn't all have that, we didn't all have that. But like any skill, you can develop it and grow in that area, right? But yeah, what can you do about about this stuff? Well, one, the best thing would be develop the ability to have healthy boundaries and say, no, this is, you cross that line. Don't treat me like that. Don't do that. Don't do it. And if they keep doing it, then you either leave or you escalate in whatever way. That's healthy boundaries. There's a lot to healthy boundaries. There's so much to it. I'm learning about them for sure. It's basically, you're supposed to have doors in your boundaries where you let in what is acceptable that you like, and then the door shut for things that are not acceptable and things you don't like. So if those hinges aren't working, or if you have holes in your boundary where shit just leaks in and you're not really, guarding it or watching it, holes in your boundaries where you're just kind of blindsided to terrible behavior. You're just kind of like, whatever. That can be a hole in your boundary. And I don't know. Anyway, it's a complicated topics, but I say the best thing to do is learn about healthy boundaries and develop them. That's probably the best thing you can do with narcissists, bullies, psychopaths, energy vampires. There's so many other things too. I'd say one of the main things is just, you got to get them out of your life. I've heard it many, many times. I've read many books. I'll say that if you can, just get them the hell out of your life. They will infect you like a virus that just stays forever, a mind virus or an energy virus. So that's the number one thing that I've heard. Try to get them distance as much as humanly possible in every way. If they're really, really abusive, and some of them are, that's the number one thing to do. I hate saying that and I hate reading it too, because I'm like, but they're everywhere. Like everywhere I go, there'll be that one person that's just abusive, toxic, and it just they'll ruin your week, or your sleep for a week. Anyway, healthy boundaries. You got to grow them, got to study it, learn it, grow them. Assertiveness. And there's a lot of other things you can do too, like learn how to just speak to people that are very difficult people. Learn how to speak to them better. Anyway, there's some million things to do, and I am not the best person on this topic. I'm just kind of learning it, I'm just starting to study it and learn it and grow in this area. And I have a ton of growing to do in this area. So much growing. But, yeah. Oh, my cat is playing with his toy mouse. Yeah. So, anyway, if you got anything good out of this, like and subscribe. There will most likely be a lot of material coming down the pipeline on this subject. So, until next time, peace.